Do you really think you know New York City? 5 boroughs, hundreds of neighborhoods, millions of people. Every day, thousands of tourists take photos in front of the Empire State Building, while just a few streets away, events that bend reality quietly unfold. But you won't see them on the evening news, because this city is very good at keeping its secrets. Today, we're diving into regional legends whispered by locals, stories deliberately kept out of police reports, rising from every corner of New York. From abandoned psychiatric facilities on Staten Island to the fog-covered streets of Queens, this is a journey no camera has ever captured. For the next 12 minutes, we will push the limits of reality. If you're ready, we're opening New York's invisible archive. We begin with one of the darkest corners of New York, Staten Island. In the 1970s and 80s, every child who grew up here knew one name: Cropsey, a rumored escaped mental patient hiding in the woods with a rusted hook. Official records dismissed Cropsey as nothing more than an urban legend, but in 1987, when a young girl named Jennifer Schweiger disappeared, the legend took on a horrifying shape. Yet what never made it into the reports is this. Locals claim that long before Jennifer was found, police radios picked up the sound of children's voices echoing from the abandoned tunnels beneath Willowbrook State Hospital. The recordings were later labeled a technical malfunction and destroyed. What still exists in those tunnels remains unknown, but on Staten Island, once the sun goes down, no one dares to enter the wooded areas alone. Now we move to the elegant stone-paved streets of Brooklyn Heights. 58 Joralemon Street. From the outside, it looks like a strange red building with no windows. Officially, it's described as a subway ventilation structure. But in the mid-1990s, something happened here that never entered municipal records. One night, an eerie chant spoken in an ancient, unrecognizable language filled the entire street. When authorities arrived and entered the building, they found nothing inside but massive industrial fans. Here's the unsettling part. Hundreds of people outside heard the sound clearly, yet recording devices inside captured absolute silence. Residents were told it was a gas leak-induced hallucination, and the case was closed. But to this day, no one knows what still echoes behind that red door in the heart of Brooklyn. In the heart of Manhattan, in Times Square, a strange incident occurred in 1950. A man named Rudolph Fentz, dressed in 19th century clothing, was struck and killed by a taxi. On him were coins from the 1800s and an old-fashioned business card. But here's the detail missing from official records. The detective assigned to the case, Hubert Ream, traced Fentz's identity to an 1876 missing persons report. In it, Fentz's wife claimed her husband had gone out for an evening walk and vanished into the fog within seconds. When Detective Ream attempted to include this information in the official report, he received a direct warning from higher authorities. The file was rewritten, and the case was reduced to an unidentified individual. Somewhere in a sealed archive, proof that time briefly fractured in the busiest place on Earth may still be locked away. Queens is home to the site of the 1964 World's Fair, and the massive Unisphere still stands there today. But among local residents, a story has been passed down for generations, one the media never took seriously. They call it the Silent Flashes. On certain anniversary nights, just after midnight, a strange purple glow is said to appear around the Unisphere, unlike any known light source. During the massive New York blackout in 2003, when the entire city went dark, Hundreds of witnesses claimed the sphere continued to emit light on its own. No photos were taken, no recordings exist. Every battery in the area reportedly drained at the same moment. Authorities dismissed it as static electricity buildup, but the people of Queens believe otherwise. That massive sphere isn't just a monument. It behaves more like a receiver, communicating with something beyond this place. 5 boroughs, thousands of streets, and millions of untold stories. New York is more than the buildings we see. It's a living entity, one that hides its secrets and occasionally breaks its own rules. The legends you heard today are echoes of truths official history chose to ignore. The next time you walk through New York streets, you might look differently at that empty building on the corner or the darkness inside a subway tunnel, because what was never recorded is often the most real. Is there a story in your neighborhood that no one believes? Share it in the comments. Maybe the next stop will be your story. Thank you for watching, and don't trust the city lights. Sometimes the greatest secrets live in the dark.